Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. Hi there everyone, how are you all doing on this fine day, evening, morning? Hold on, my phone was buzzing, it's distracting me. Anyway, hi there. Hi Lycan, hi Nadagudak, hi Angara, hi Golden Rat, hi Catman. Catman, haven't seen you in such a long time. How Marius, hi Nadagudak. Hi, remember live chat? I shall, thank you. There we go, live chat switched. Now here's the thing. I want to do some computer science, and so we shall work on the computer science video today, because I'm feeling like it. So, before assembly, actually, we will need a quick chapter that will be called necessary background. What will the necessary background be about? It will be about necessary background. That's simple. Actually, you could be having fun with guys with me, but you are here instead. Yeah, I need to work. It's the requirements, my addiction number 2. Well, number 1, hopefully. Here's the question: how in depth do we want to go? Because you see, I can't make it so wet. I'm already dry. I dry quickly. I'm so hot. How in depth do we want to go? Because right here is where I would explain the registers normally, where I should explain the registers. The pickle is, well, what is the pickle? Well, the pickle is would be and has been that if I go into registers, that's going to be so in depth. I could make another quick video just building a CPU. Are we really gonna make a tangent video? oh no. Wanna go 30 meters into ocean depth? I mean, because here's the thing. In order to get into the necessary background properly, 3 computer videos in a row, I guess, apparently, yeah. I don't know what to tell you, I like computer science. The rumor is true that this Remco guy is trying to find gravitons. That is true. Listen, if Remco finds gravitons, then he wins a Nobel Prize, and if he wins a Nobel Prize, then then we're gonna drink 18-year-old whiskey, and 18-year-old whiskey. 18. That's a pretty good motivator. Hi, the ninja. Hi. Okay, because here's the pickle. Here's the pickle, here's the such. There was a game that a lot of people were recommending to me, Turing Complete game. Turing Complete, what is it? Oh, that does actually look quite neat. But that seems a bit too finished for me. What am I supposed to do if the game is gonna do all the animating for me? If the game does all the animating for me, what's the point? I could just implement it in Blender if I'm crazy enough. But that would be a pain. Explaining how CPUs work, as fun as it would be. Let me think for a second. What I could do... Logisim, I'm assuming? Simulating logic? Logisim. Oh! Oh, that's quite neat. Oh, that is quite neat. I like it a lot. We could do Logisim. But Logisim isn't... It looks amazing. The only problem is it ain't too pretty. Wait until this make it guy hears about paint. I'm surprised. Let me think. Or can you can make it non-occluded again? I could make it an oxygen non-occluded again. That is true, but once again, that would be a game animating all of it for me, and that feels too easy. Logisim let's play. I'm gonna speedrun the game, even though it's not a game. Okay, so here's the thing. Python has graphical. I could do it in Manim. Hold on. I was thinking about Python graphical interfaces. I've got one. I've got a Python graphical interface and it's called Manim. Science Py. Okay, we could just do it in Manim. Where whenever I create a line, I give it an updater. That's based on the logic. Also, I pay you now. Oh, I've seen it. Where's Discord role? Wait, wait, why didn't you get the Discord role? There's a bot that should give you the role. Do you have your account on Discord connected to the Patreon account? Link Discord. Yes, exactly. You linked it and you still don't have a role. Oh, could I make it piss if I make it could or piss? Hold on, let me troubleshoot a bit. It kicked me from the server. Yeah, I've heard it does that. Hahaha, Patreon, what is your issue? No, I haven't re-linked my Remco. You, as a person who has linked their Patreon to their Discord, how does it work? Thanks for your money now, fuck off. I mean, it really is it. Hold on. It didn't kick you. I have just tricked them. Hold on, let me log into my Patreon. Why is it moving on the main screen? Ridiculous. Okay, let me see what seems to be the issue. Yeah, you're certainly there. You know what, I'm just gonna... Oh, so the next chemistry video used to be on crystals. A lot of people have been asking me that as well, but... Not the biggest fan of crystals. Hold on. Let me just give you your role manually. If Patreon ain't pulling through, then I just will. Where is you? There you are. There we go. Congrats. Thou shalt have a green nickname now. There. Now you can join to the better voice channels whenever we talk about shirtless make it pics. Anyway, back to the Manim. So here's the thing. So I know you have copper chloride in the way of electrolyzing. I have a bunch of copper stuff. Okay, so here's my idea. I could build the circuits in Manim, then... but that would require me to make a whole new video. Damn it! Shucks. You know what, actually, I might want Logisim, because I will need to test the circuits before I animate them. Bless all the open source software creators. Yeah, I was downloading Chrome and Opera before. Oh, you just run it. Okay. You don't download anything, you just run the thing. How lovely, I like it. Okay, that's cool. Alright then, so this is for... Okay then, I guess. That's neat. When you add another, you just cin, okay, basic adder, multiplier, subtractor, divider, so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, neat. Comparator. Can I zoom in on this or can I not? I don't think I can. Well, it happens. So we have this wiring, and then we just, I imagine, this is lovely. I love this so much. Make us map on Logisim dev. I mean, really, this is amazing. I already love it. Now, make it the best ice cream flavor. Coffee. This is delicious. Or cookie. Chocolate chip. Those pretty good. First zero at the time. Bye, Lycan, bye. Don't smoke too much. Hi there, noob sucks at everything. What a nickname. Up down buttons on the bottom left. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, so let's have a think about what we want to do. What we would like to do is actually a simple... what we would like to do is a simple CPU. How convenient it is to have a register when making a CPU. Okay. Yes, that's what we would like to do. A simple CPU. What did you to become so knowledgeable? I do stuff. Whenever, like, right now I'm working on computer science series because I just did a lot of stuff with computer science. Oh, this is great. So let's think about it for a second what we're trying to do. Flip-flop. Okay, let's make something really trivially easy, and that would be just an AND gate. Like this. That's a lot of inputs to the AND gate. I like it. Will make things a fair bit easier. And then pin. I don't know if I'm using this correctly. I don't think I am. Okay, I think I... Hold on, pin. Splitter, probe, tunnel, pull, power, ground charger, bit extender. That's for wiring. Input, output, button, perfection. And then this output into an LED. Okay, now if I press the button, I picked two buttons for that's fine. If I connect these two, then it activates. Okay. Oh, I like it. This is amazing. This is top 10 things all at the same time. You can change the attributes, input, pin count, size, inverted inputs on the left. That's also really convenient. Hold on. AND gate. Oh, I see. I deleted the whole thing. Oh, okay. So you can, like... My goodness, that's a font. Aren't those fonts? They are fonts, okay. I misclicked. Oh, there is a lot of options. I like it. Alright, so... What do we want to do? Well, an adder is what we've done already in the past video, the first video of the series, in fact, which means that right here, data bits 8. Yes. Wait a second. Can I also... Data bits 8. Is there a way for me to control how many bits are going in? Because... Additional 1 is added to the output. Wait, hold on. If... Isn't that a simple adder? What does it mean 8 data bits? Scroll on the parts menu. I'm assuming that's the parts menu. I don't know. splitter. Splitter, you say? Splitter would make sense, but the question I have is, what's the difference between the wires that work for... Oh, blue wires are for bits, black ones are for... Okay, got it. Alright, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense now. Black wires for... black for multiple bits, blue for single. Alright. Checks out. Okay, so if I do a splitter... Wait, does splitter go both ways? I should hope it does. Perfect. Now input, we're gonna do... I would like something that I can turn on and off, please. Like a button that you... the color facing east. I hope that joystick is what I'm looking for. I don't know. No, joystick is not in fact what I'm looking for. I guess I could just do one that... I could implement the tiny circuits, but I mean... No. I guess I just could. I don't know the difference between the flip-flops, to be honest. One of those would work for me. Finger to change states. I know, but that's what I'm trying to just make a button that turns on and... Is this the right flip-flop? I don't ever remember which flip-flop does what. This is so amazing, by the way. I have to say. Oops, no, I meant this. See the A at the top? Yeah. It's text. The square next to it. Oh, and do you just... Thank you. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. Okay. It's gonna be a mess, but who cares? It's fine, I'm just testing stuff for now. Perfect, you operate with 2, that's exactly what I meant. Yup, neat and festive. And then you go in here, you go in here, perfection. And then what we want is, I would assume 1, 2 and 3 LEDs, because carry out and then split. Am I thinking about this right? Using a CPU to build a CPU. Funny enough, that is how they do it, you know? I think I'm making a mistake, but You're adding two 2-bit numbers, by the way. I know. Am I adding them into a 4-bit number, or am I adding them into a 2-bit number? 8 plus 8, that's 8. Why am I thinking about it when I can just test it? That... Wait, that overflows. Oh, it's because of first bit. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, that makes sense. That really does make sense. Yup. Okay, neat then. Neat and neat and neat. So that works. That's really intuitive, I do have to say. That is really intuitive software. When the logic is logical. Thanks, Logisim. Okay, let me delete all of this then. Now, if I were... By the way, I'm going on a wild tangent. This entire thing, the idea was that it would be like the tangent to the explanation of... In order for me to explain assembly properly, alright? then I should explain the registers. In order for me to explain the registers properly, I should explain how a CPU works. And CPU would be a topic for a whole separate video, because I would need to explain registers like this and how you can operate between them. I understand the other. Now I can build Doom in this environment. So a single register, that should be simple on paper, right? That's just memory. Was there a bad time? Actually, yeah, I was about to say, register is just like, we're going to do it a single byte. Register is just going to be 8 bytes of memory, which should be simple. That should be easy, because that way, that should be just a circuit that says the state, and then 8 of them. Simple as it could be. Then, operating between registers. Hi there, Ali. Oh no, you threw. Oh no, 4 times. Are you okay? Are you okay? Is it like you eat? Please tell me you ate something bad. Please tell me that's the reason. Oh, please tell me you just ate something unfortunate. I know I threw up so much. Oh no. My tummy is upset. I've been told I'm a pretty good distraction, so glad to help if I can help that way. But you know what, Ali, all I want to say, and get towards you, Ali, all I want to say is that I hear you. And you know what, I want to say that I appreciate how brave you're being surviving a tummy ache. Because I feel like when it goes to people with tummy aches, it doesn't get said often enough. This, how do we operate between them? Well, we will have a bunch of different... I'm so sorry for changing the subject. I like computer science. No one gets me like you do. Exactly. Okay, so let's say that we'll have 2 operations, addition, multiplication, all right? How do we explain what happens inside of a CPU? Well, what we do is, so we have this, and then we're going to have an additional 2 boxes, 3. I don't remember how many it is exactly. For now, I'm trying to see how much work I'm making for myself. Selecting the operation, selecting the register, selecting the other register. Congratulations on being my first ever subscription service. Thank you. Now get ready for the enshrification of Make It. Based on these 7 components, this includes bills and rent, damn. You know what? I'm glad to be the first. Out of these 7 components, we want to build a CPU. Now, how? That's the question. Well, actually, we'd need a fair bit more. That's what she's saying. I'm just spitballing a CPU design, by the way. You're a legend, man. It's refreshing to see someone who invests so much time explaining things conceptually. You're a genuine fantastic teacher. Love your videos. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Here's what we'll have. Here's the idea. We'll have 2 registers, 2 operations, result register, which will, give us the result. It's gonna be like this. Like this, like this, and then right here we're going to have I think this could work. I know I drew the arrow there. That doesn't make much sense. This and this and that. Listen, I'll explain my insane babbling in a second. I'm just thinking for now. Will the operation, again, place where it comes from, which will be the address, or then the address memory, which means we'll need this, we'll need this, we'll need this. There we'll have a single bit, that's the operation, second bit which tells us the register. How do your animations in Blender... Do you do your animations in Blender for video? Sorry, I had to take 2 tries to read that message. Yes, I do animate everything in Blender. Almost everything. From time to time, once in a blue moon, I use Manim, which comically enough I might actually use for this video. But yeah, I do animations in Blender. Alright, so basically, here's my idea. Hi there, Reblax.
What's up, gamers? Reblax here.
Hi there, Reblax. I'm designing a CPU.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
You switched. That's yes.
Yeah, I did switch to live chat. Okay, here we have it. So basically, here's the idea. We're gonna have a single control unit like this that will 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will have 3 components: the double bit, single bit, and 8-bit. The first 2 bits will tell us the operation, which means 0, 0 will be multiplication, 1 will be addition, 1, 0 will be reading from memory into a register, and 0, 1 would be, and 1, 1 would be saving from the result into memory. Yes. Actually, no, just saving from the result. Yes, that's it, just saving from the result. Then this bit would tell us if we're saving into a register or if we're saving into memory. If this is a 0 and this is a 0, then we're saving into register number 0. If this is a 0, this is a 1, we're saving into register number 1. If this is a 1, then we're saving into this memory address. And now all we need to do is just design this. As simple as it could be. Okay, well done. Alright, that should be easy, right? Yeah, should be easy. Can I save things? File, save? Oh my goodness, I can. Thank goodness. Alright, desktop, projects, actually no. Let's save it in the videos folder. Sounds simple enough. Yes, it's trivially easy. It's simple. I'm not gonna see you in the jiffy. In the job, it's gonna be so easy, so quick. Here's my pewters video, pewters, and we're gonna call it new folder 4.cpu, and then in here we're gonna go in and we're gonna call it designs, and then right here we're gonna call it mold. Perfect. Now, I'm guessing it's Eastern European or Central European. For some reason, I'm thinking Austrian or Polish. Those countries aren't quite all that similar, but yeah, you got it correct with one of them. Is the Polish 6 billion lines of basic CPU. What's 65 for company? Okay. Okay, 5 minute stops. Exactly. I mean, come on, I'm just designing a simple CPU. The CPUs are known for being simple. So here's the basic idea. First, I would like to make my own multiplier. That's because the reason why... Did I turn off paint? No, I didn't. Thank goodness. First thing I thought I turned it off. And the reason why I want to make my own multiplier is because I have mentioned in the past videos how to make an adder, but I would like to make this from scratch, hence multiplier. So a multiplier circuit, the way it will work is we will in fact have, let me think about this. Let's do a simple simple table for now. Input A and B and output C. And there will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. So that's for a single bit. Then for 2 bits, it's going to be what? It's going to be way longer. Should probably allocate more space here. A, B, C. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Should we go over all of the A before multiplier? Isn't that this YouTuber? Our overall my name is multiplier.
YouTubers aren't even real.
I should what?
YouTubers, they're not real. They're
Oh,
alive.
that is true. That is true. Yeah, we're just propaganda.
Propaganda invented by John YouTube to sell more YouTube. Was that the bit of 87?
Not the bit of
You could have this joke in the video, actually.
I just realized how many different combinations are there. You know what, we're gonna disregard all of the ones that have a 0 in one of these because they're all gonna be 0. If one of them is a 0, they are both 0. Then we have 0, 1, 0, 1, that's a 0, 0. 1, 0, 0, 1, that's a 1, 0. 1, 1, 0, 1, that's a 1, 1. Then would they are symmetric, so I guess we can only do one side. That doesn't matter. Yes, which means then we'll have this, which is an overflow. This overflows already. Of course it does. Okay. Keep seeing 2 zeros in ones. I can make a rap beat out of that. What happens if you have A0, B0, C1? I have no idea what's happening. I just know it's missing. This is basically the input. This is the output. So think about it like, what have I done? Oh, okay, we're back. A minor. Hope you all don't mind the minor. I'm just simulating how it feels like to have a stroke. So think of it basically as A times B equals C, except these are just binary numbers. So you know, 0 is a 0, 1 is a 1, 1, 0 is a 2, 1, 1 is a 3, and dot, dot, dot. And right here, I'm just, because I need to make my own multiplication. You managed to overflow it while drawing. Yeah, I mean, so 100, that's what we should get here. Okay, 10 bit shifts to the left. So here's the thing. Zeros multiplied by A gives us A. 10 multiplied by A gives us A bit shifted to the left. What's more, 1 0 0 0 X amount of zeros times A gives us A bit shifted to the left X amount of times. So what we could do, oh, hold on, that's maybe an idea. When we have a number that's some amount of digits long, like this, 4 for example for now, and then we have another number, then what we could do, then each time one of these is a Oh yeah, right, this is meant to be a 0. Thanks for catching that. Now, each time one of these is a 1, what we could do then is we could do just x plus multiplied by the first bit, and then bit shifted. I feel like I'm complicating it too much because there is no way this is the simplest way to do it. So right here we're gonna have an index, so we're gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. It's going to be bit shifted n amount of times to the left. And we'll just do that for each x, and then we just sum them all together. So this should be a sum of this right here would be n amounts to the left if and only if that x is actually there. If it's a 0, then we just don't add it, which means we then multiply it by... Oh, actually, we don't multiply it. We and the whole thing, question mark, with x n, except we and all the bits. So just pretend there's a lot of bits, not a single bit. What language? This is logic, direct logic. I'm implementing a language, and this is the sum of all of them. This should give us the multiplication. Am I thinking about this correctly? I feel like I'm complicating like explaining path to lightning. I feel like I'm overcomplicating it, because in this case we would need to do it 8 times for a single byte. Let me think. It feels correct. We don't have a loop though. We would need to implement so many things in order for this to work. I'm thinking like a software engineer, not like a engineer. Hi, the Italian mapper. Hi. I must be overcomplicating this. Anyone's got any ideas on how to make a simpler multiplication circuit that takes in... My right arrow key is broken, by the way, so periodically this is going to happen. It's permanently pressed on, it's broken. Don't mind me. There we go. It's either always on or I cannot press it. That's great. So basically here's what we want. We want a box that takes in an 8-bit and then 8 bits long number, and outputs an 8-bit long number, along with maybe an... Actually, we don't actually care about overflow. That multiplies them. Hardware multiplication, yes, exactly. And this would be an idea, but it's a really terrible one, so I don't want to do it. In the meantime, I'm gonna go just set some water for my coffee. Well, it's not even that, I'll be right back. I mean... The upside of having a small apartment is that my kitchen is 3 steps away from my... Why do you write your 8s mirrored? You all are unbelievable. Just shaming me for the way I write in general. Shakespeare's, damn you Quasar, you borked the right arrow. That actually was Quasar's fault. I would just like to mention that. That was just Quasar's fault. Quasar spooked me with picture of food. I could take him to court, you know. So has anyone got any ideas? Because I'll be honest, this is kind of rough.
I'm listening. Maybe I can provide non-useful ideas.
No, no mathematicians allowed. We're doing engineering. You are the opposite of helpful in this scenario. Leave me alone.
I'm an engineer first. Look, hold on. I'll do an engineering. 1 + 1 = 4.
Close enough. You pass.
If I said 3, I would be a physicist. So I'm not saying 3.
I don't mean to be that guy, but in my like a multiplication circuit, if you multiply 2 to the 5th power by 2 to the 4th power, you will get a 0. That's just what you'll get. So I mean, close enough.
Yeah, but that's modular arithmetic. That's fine. That's fine.
That's not modular arithmetic, actually. That is anything that goes like above. Any bit, not anything, any bit that goes above 2 to the nth power just is set as 0. Like, we forget about those bits because I'm not gonna capture them in any way. So, and I don't want to fix it.
Is that like a huge quotient of Z? Well, not a huge quotient, a small quotient.
Hold on, my... Oh no, wait, my water is not done yet.
Yes.
I can like this, triangulate the position, integrate the Fourier, and then... Oh, now it's done boiling, okay. Give me a second. I wanna say, by the way, that's something that's pretty funny, and I think everyone who makes their coffee with an electric kettle can in some way relate to it. That actually, when I got up from my chair, the water wasn't done boiling, but when I took the 3 steps, then my electric kettle clicked and it was done boiling, because I basically developed a sixth sense for when my kettle is done boiling based on how often I make coffee with it. Make it Wallace and other trees, which you need to look up for. I know that I could look up how to make that circuit, but before I look it up, I want to try it myself. Because it worked well for me with the other circuit. For example, I didn't look up the other circuit. I did design one that worked. How do we multiply numbers in a clever way? What is number?
What do you want to do? Like just multiply?
Yes, just multiply 2 numbers.
How do you multiply numbers in binary?
Well, I mean, I've developed one method. This technically would work. So basically, like, add them together. Is there a way to concatenate it somehow with an adder, actually? You need a 16-bit output, no? No, we're actually gonna lose them, because there is no point. The registers will be 8-bit anyway. There's no point in making this 16-bit. Like, if I made this... If I make this 16-bit, then right here I would need like a reducing circuit, which reduces it to 8 bits, and that's just a fancy way of saying we'll have a, you know, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, we'll have a 16 bits, and we'll just hack away the top 8. So I might as well just do it right here.
Let's see. What's the current multiplication algorithm you have?
The current is this one, but it's pretty terrible. So basically, every single time I start with one number, another number of multiplication, and I go over it like n times, where n is the amount of bits, and then if that bit is on, then I bit shift this to the left by the n. Yeah. So for example, if I have 0, 1, let me actually check if it works.
Yeah, I think that's the algorithm I was like starting to cook up in my head.
This would be 1, 1.
Yeah, it's probably terrible from engineering point of view.
2-bit shift to the left. This already would overflow. 3, 4.
But I mean, like that's how you do multiplication, like in binary.
I don't know. Is it? Hold on.
With your dirty hands.
I feel like I did something wrong.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how like it's called in English, but like when you write out multiplications in base 10, that's more or less what you're doing. It's just that multiplication tables in binary are a bit easier.
60. Is this 60? I hope it is. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. That's 28, 32. Yeah, wow. I am impressive. And you should be impressed with me. Wouldn't there be an overflow error? Yes, there will be an overflow error. Next question.
Is there a clever?
Don't you need a register to pull instructions from memory? I will just have a dedicated one to instructions because I'm special. There's that people playing Ocarina of Time can speedrun break every other game on the platform.
Wait, so make it like, unless you find out some very clever way to multiply numbers, which I know there's a faster algorithm that's like, that uses a 1729 dimensional Fourier transform, which is faster than every other algorithm for this problem, specifically for large enough numbers. But I don't think you want to code this using like an logic circuits. Also, it's not actually faster in practice because numbers are too small. That's what makes it funny. It's not useful. Like, I don't think you can speed up the multiplication that much. Like, unless you have clever tricks. But maybe what you can do is design the circuit in a clever manner so that the circuit is clean, at least.
Okay, so if we're going with this approach, which
because
not
like
recommended.
The problem is kind of recursive, right? Like once you you take care of the first digit.
Recursion in computer science must be a first. Recursion.
Functional programmers love their recursion, and they're very fine and very mentally stable people.
Okay.
No, but like, once you take care of the first digit, you just have you have something you need to add, and then what you need to do is you need to multiply the new number you get with the first number, but bit shifted. So like, you can just do the same thing again. So
can I just mention for a second how impressive I am? Because Italian Mapper just said, doesn't a computer usually split numbers into powers of 2? And like, I just independently figured this out on my own. Can we take a second to appreciate just how smart I am? And clever and handsome? I already know how I'm gonna implement this. It's not gonna be clean, but it's gonna be, which I mean...
That's something, right?
Take what you're given, you know? Oh, my right hand key works. That's nice. It didn't before. Okay,
Can we tell you handsome, you wear a mask? Bro doesn't know, make it is actually Ryan Gosling.
I am actually Ryan Gosling, that's true.
Also, I don't get what you mean. I don't wear a mask.
Ryan Gosling. Bigger distance within the physical address space is much smaller. Yeah, but you're not the one who has to actually build the circuit, are you? Well, not build and design. So I'm not gonna do it because that is work that I don't want for myself. Okay, hold on. Let's move these a bit more to the middle, like this.
So, and like, make it. You just want to like build this in Logisim, or do you want to like build it IRL?
No, in Logisim, we don't have the budget for the IRL.
Maybe you could like say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this in Minecraft," or I don't know.
I could. I'm just not gonna.
Yeah, you could, but like Minecraft has the not very fun aspect of like repeaters being necessary.
I've I've hit a bit of a snag. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you need to just like
Yeah,
do
it's
this.
fine. Oh no, it's this sucks. No, no.
No.
Oh, this sucks so much. Okay, now 4 and 5. This is actually correct at the very least. No wait, it isn't. Hold on, I'm just gonna all of it. Okay. Yeah, because I can't put them in the middle of. This is awful. I can't put them in the middle of something, which means I can't have two of them in the middle. I hate this. I hate this so much. Like, this one can be ahead of 3, but this one needs to be ahead of 4. And as such, this circuit is actually not symmetric, which is what's screwing me up. Now it works. No, I'm gonna leave it there. Even though it's bugging me. It's technically one too close. It's bugging me. There we go.
Today I will read a paper.
Clueless.
Let's see.
There we go. Perfect start.
Where the fuck is it? Jesse. Jesse, where the fuck is the paper, Jesse?
You ask money, you want to give knowledge, makes your videos awesome. Thank you, Golden Rat. I was joking around, honestly. That was a joke of me saying, you know, being full of myself and my hubris. But I'm glad, but that's such a nice thing to say, Golden Rat. Thank you. Alright. Now, it just hit me that combining them together is kind of idiotic because I'll need to separate them off again. But I can use others. I can use them. So, for example, it just hit me how big this will be. I will need a lot of space. That's because I will need this on the other side. Like right here, for example. 8, yeah, that's fine. Let's have you as the input. Let's have this just for testing now. Let's bring it close for now. There we go. Okay. And now if we touch things, then we can add them together. Perfect.
You know, Mikita, I feel like you're taking the easy way out because, like, if you were an actual real man, you would be like drawing silicon of N and P type to actually make transistors yourself.
I would actually mine out the silicon and I would actually dope it myself with phosphorus and with.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't remember what the other one was.
Boron, I'm pretty sure.
I can't tell if I'm having a jamais vu or if I'm just being gaslit into thinking that boron is an element. Hold on.
Boron is the 5th element. Hydrogen, helium.
It is boron.
Beryllium.
That's my goodness. For a second,
Red
it
Light's
sounds
way too quiet. What, Timon? Do you want me to like fucking shout in my microphone? Is this better?
I have you on maximum both stream audio and Discord audio. I cannot have you physically longer. I know, it sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I think you should give me your home address, make it so I can travel to your house and stream in your microphone so people on stream hear me.
I think it would be
better.
funnier if as a fix you just ended it there. I think you should give me your home address. Just not elaborate on it.
Technically, I could give you my current home address like in late June because then I won't be there anymore. So Fine.
Genius plan.
That could be fun.
Okay, so now what we need to do is... No, this is not gonna be fun for me, is it? Because basic idea will be to just have all of them and we could make a bit shifting circuit because the entire point is, to make everything from scratch. We could make a bit shifting circuit.
Shifting circuit.
Bit shifting circuit, which would shift the bits.
Which would shift the bitches, yes.
Actually, bit shifting is pretty simple because you just move it one to the left and then you just do it again. Does the shifter... Is it moving them only once? So this is the result. Why is the result arrow pointing? I'm probably not gonna plug it in correctly. It has two inputs, which would lead me to believe that the... why is that a 3? Hold on, I'm confused. Is it because the right one is for the amount of bit shifting you do? Hold on.
I love how like Timon just said, "Going to sleep, be good ASMR noises, guys," and then said I was way too quiet. I'm not sure what to make of this, but it's there.
Okay, I'm certain this is gonna be well for me. Right, let's see. So if I do 1. Yeah, so this just tells us by how many bits do we shift. Which we want that to be constant.
I want my sleeping ASMR scientists to be equally loud. I'm not a scientist, and I don't do science, experiments, scientific method. That's not for me. I just think all day. Got off thinking to do. You have a scientist code role. No, I don't. I have a scientist. I do science.
Yeah, there's gonna be science. It's not science, it's science.
Insulting Reblax by calling him a scientist. Honestly, I feel like this is more of an insult to actual scientists who can actually do things in labs with physical objects and have applications to their work or something. Though again, Remco does particle physics, so maybe not the the applications are variable.
Okay, so here's the idea. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna copy this 7 times. 8. Yeah, that's a genius plan. We're just gonna copy it and copy it and copy it and copy it, and then we're gonna add it at the end. It feels really dumb, but I mean, I really don't have much of any other idea on how to do it. Just copy and copy and copy and copy, and then just plug it all in. So like this.
Out of context, it sounds like you're advocating for plagiarism.
I've advocated so many worse things in context, so this doesn't even do anything for me.
Simon, you didn't know the scientist is misspelled. Hey,
did time it really... time it, that's like...
Oh.
Make it, if I don't get my crystal growing video, I'll render you with crystal growing out of your face. what a wild threat. Okay.
Make it currently wondering how Black Thunder knows what's beneath the mask.
Yeah, I do have just crystals growing out of my face, that is true. I just realized this should be a 0 actually. This should be bit shifted by a 0. Perfect.
Proof of lemma 3.2.
0.
It's fine.
This one will be F2, this one will be F3, this one will be F4, this one will be F5, and we just keep going. And keep going, and keep going. Great, so now we have all of the bit shifts, and then all we need to do is actually split this right away, and then AND them all with the... We can just delete this. We need to AND them all with the corresponding bit, which I'm ending, by the way. I'm ending the bit. Can I AND?
I'm ORing the bit.
Can I AND together an 8-bit long and a 1-bit? No, gotta split. Oh, you are not... That's not nice. That's not nice if I need to split. That is so not fun. That is so not fun. I'm working on saving for you. That sounds... I don't want that for me. Can I... Oh, hold on. I can think of a cleaner way to do it, surely. Okay, first of all, this is useless. We don't need this. Second of all, what we need to do is we need to AND these with these. How does a comparator work? Oh, just give it two things and if they're equal, alright. No. Controlled buffer? Wait, what? Hold on. So like... Huh. This looks pretty neat. Well, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That's convenient. Boy, that's convenient. Okay, great. Simple fix then. Controlled buffer, that's exactly what we need. Now all we need to do is just do it in a clean way. So that basically all of these... Legend for the win, really, honestly, yeah. Truly for the win. This is incredible. Controlled buffer. Alright. Guys, I am ending the bit. This is funny because it's computer science. Incompatible widths. I really should have said the widths correctly first. 8 bits in, of course.
Do you have a planned time for the stream tomorrow?
No. What you need?
Or is it any time you're free? What do you mean, the Italian mapper? Make it is very free. He's a Polish citizen. Like it's probably like written somewhere in law, whatever the fuck, that he's like free and
Yeah, you don't need to pay for me.
Shit. Freedom is the sweetest sound, like snorting drugs and breaking glass.
Okay, this doesn't feel too clean, but I mean, I want this to look nice. Oh, don't tell me I cannot select.
Yeah, I think the part that really doesn't feel clean is like this first branch. Yeah, like it just wants to the bottom for no reason. No, make it no. What the no. Look at it. Why is it going is it curving this way?
How else am I supposed to do it?
It's, like the thing going out of the first like bits of what you're doing, like why does it curve weird? Like explain.
The thing. Thank you for clarifying.
What do you want me to say? It's the thing.
The thing. Oh no, I thought you were talking about the other thing. No, if it's the thing,
No,
then that's fine.
No, but like the first bit from the 8-bit you're
This.
connecting.
Oh, you mean
like,
this right here? Why does it curve so weird? You mean like this?
No, like. But yeah, this one, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah.
The thing. Thank you for clarifying.
The thing, precisely. I mean, you say it's the thing, right?
The thingamabob. You should have said the thingamabob, then would have been clear. Alright, there we go. Now all we need to do is
Yes,
add them together.
thingamabob.
That's it.
I'm currently trying to understand what the thingamabob acts trivially in the cohomology.
Oh, I cannot rotate this. Oh, that sucks. I would really like this to rotate, because otherwise it's gonna be mildly annoying.
Red blacks, it's natural and affects 20% of men. I was wondering where the joke was, then I got it. Where does the statistic come from? Like, does it come from big statistics? You know, the place where they just make shit up.
Big statistics making shit up to justify its own existence.
You know, 76% of all statistics are like made up on the spot, right?
I was busy being angry and I almost completely missed the joke you made. That was pretty funny. Can I just do this? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I hate this so much. And honestly, they should all...
Jokes aside, by free, I mean not busy. Yeah, you could become a politician with this kind of wordplay.
Look at this. It's trying to correct my puffing to the only puffing that makes sense, and it's just hilarious.
Oh, no, Logisim, why? No.
It has to, because every single time it hits on the curve, apparently that acts like as a connection. Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh, which means I need to do this backwards, basically.
Oh no. Oh, if you do it backwards, it can still be kind of cool, kind of symmetric.
I need to do it like this.
That's a good solution.
Because I can't rotate these.
You see, I'm very helpful with the engineering. I played the customer who looks at his PCB and is like, "Ew, the wires are all weird."
Fucking hell.
You guys do that, right? That's normal people thing to do.
That's so ugly. Why am I caring about aesthetics? It's fucking...
Because you have a heart, make it.
I shouldn't. I'm a YouTuber.
You're not well known enough to have to make the choice between doing weird things with minors or having a very bad music career.
Some people manage both, you know. Those are the real heroes.
Yeah, it's an inclusive or. But you still have a few years before you get handed the two pills.
To anyone wondering how I'm gonna handle the overflows, I actually won't. That's the neat part. I will just let them happen, because why should I tell my machines what to do?
Some of you may overflow, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Wait, is this finished? Is this just done? Is this it? Is this...
Anyone want to guess my kid's birthday? 31st of February.
Yeah, damn, you got it spot on so quick as well. That was impressive.
Yeah, I know. I'm very good.
Alright, let's try it. I couldn't help but notice that it isn't lighting up. Uh-oh. It should be lighting up right now. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Do you not get demonetized if you say rude words in a stream?
It's a fucking hell, yeah, I completely forgot I would get fucking demonetized. Shit.
Yeah, that sucks massive balls.
Why isn't it working actually?
Also, the word demonetized is spelled correctly if you're British, and if you're an Americano, then you use a Z instead of the S. That's the great tragedy of my life. I keep flip-flopping between the two. I use S or Z randomly. Hi, inadequate duck.
Black wires don't. They better do. Why ain't you working? Like this. Controlled buffer. Oh, we can change the direction space.
British? I said British.
Can't say the hard T.
British?
In Australia, 1-bit memory cells are called thongs. Fun cultural fact.
That's French. No, in France we say British.
Or did I just not... Do I need to plug this into LEDs?
Yeah, for your RGB keyboard. It's important.
Yes. Everything needs
Do
to
you
be
have a good
sufficiently
gaming
gay.
chair, make it?
No, that's why I lose at games, actually.
That explains the League of Legends. You know, I think, like, I miss the cookie noises.
I'm not playing Cookie Clicker on the other screen, I promise. Okay, how about now?
Are you doing an SBF and playing League of Legends?
Nothing is working! Why? Just do the thing! I thought 1-bit memory cells were called Gen Alpha. That's kind of funny.
In Italian, it's just Britannico. I mean, like, the proper French word for it is Britannique. But if you want to make fun of them, you say British. And then you feel very superior because you're actually pronouncing a consonant while they cannot. As a French person. So, you know, that's huge. First it was anglais. Anglais is English. So, like, it's not just Great Britain.
It's not just Gay Britain? Damn.
Precisely.
I may be...
You know, the three parts of United Kingdom, like Gay Britain, Straight Britain, and that one with the really cool dragon on the flag.
No, I think it's Gay Britain, Gayer Britain, Gayest Britain, and then the one, the cool dragon.
Yes.
No, but for real, no. Can we like take a second to think about this? Because why isn't this working? This should be.
Let's see.
What is the
These
connection
are
here,
this.
by the
Okay,
way?
what's the expected result and what doesn't work?
This should light up, any of them. Right now I should be multiplying 1 by 3. Should get 3.
Okay, so
this
like
3
the
lit up.
wires from the... What are the triangles like? I'm very bad at
They
symbolics.
are buffers that turn on if this is a 1 and turn off if this is a 0. Let me actually see if maybe they are screwing up. I don't know. Let's just plug them into the end and let's debug this. All right, now if I turn this on, there, that works. That part works.
Why can the wire out of the buffer be like a green wire that like lights up when it's up?
So green ones are single bit long, black ones are 8 bits long.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm stupid. Yeah, that makes sense.
No. That's like was my big revelation a little bit ago. So I'm right there with you. Which means that right now, what we're basically doing is we take in this number, we bit shift it 0 bits to the left, 1 bits to the left, 2 bits, and so on and so forth. And then we add them all together, only turning on the ones that are selected in the multiplication.
Yeah, I see.
And that ain't working for some reason.
Okay, that does make sense.
Let me see the result. You know what? Actually, why am I not debugging this? I've spent too long just not working in software because I can just, there we go. Yeah, that seems to be the issue. I think we just need to input empty 8 bits into the first one, and that should fix it.
It doesn't receive a carry out, so it
was wrong.
A carry in, I guess. So
I was so wrong, in fact.
It doesn't work?
It isn't working again. Okay, what about now?
Wait, the carryout was lighting up.
Yeah, because it was getting full. That's because I was adding. Okay, this is good. So the addition works right here. We're officially adding. Oh, did I just multiply it by something that's unfortunate? Let's multiply 3 by 5. That should be 15, well within the scope of possibility. This lights up, that's great. Now we plug this in. Let's see. This doesn't light up. Ah.
Huh.
Why?
Oh, queer.
Don't call it gay. It's pretty straight, in fact, actually, in most of the lines.
I didn't call it gay, I called it queer.
Why don't I unplug this and replug it just separately? So right here we should be adding just 0, 0, 0, empty zeros. We should be adding it to the first 2 bits lit up.
Wait, is there like some conundrum where like if the buffer is off, it just doesn't send anything, so it blocks?
Maybe, but that
would be stupid, like in my opinion. But maybe that's how like actual electricity works.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're going for the same angle, because I was about to be answered a bit more commonly. I was about to say that's fucking idiotic way for an addition to work. We're basically that's honestly kind of that would be phenomenal addition. Basically addition where x plus 0 is undefined. That's it.
No, it's x plus undefined that is undefined.
No, empty is a 0. That's not undefined. 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 is 0 in binary. Because if you add a 1 or every new, that's a 1. So this is x plus 0 is undefined. Actually, no, sorry. You know what, Reblax? You are so right. No, this is the actual definition. You are so correct.
What?
X plus 0 equals 0. Because we're adding 0 to something and always getting a 0 out. I don't think that's how addition is supposed to function. Wait, if I turn it on...
Depends on the ring, really.
Oh my goodness, that is really how it works. If we add 0 to it, it just turns off.
Yeah, but maybe it's some fuckery with how the 8-bit wires work, I don't know. Are you implying that the queerness is odd abnormal? Wow, I expected better. Shaking my head, face palm.
I love my
I'm just the reason why I started saying "oh queer" is because of that meme with the triangle factory. Actually,
Let's play a game of Spot the Mathematician. What happens if I just plug this in directly? What happens if I just plug in?
it's not even a math meme. Make it.
1 1. Okay, so this. Oh, I can spot. I can look inside the wires. Hold on.
I've done worse. When I was a first year, I stumbled upon a meme about complex analysis, so I Googled stuff. And the next year, I ended up like doing a presentation on the residue theorem, and that like got me admitted to my uni. So you know, I guess what I'm saying is, to get better at math, you should look at memes. It's important.
What's the next topic of the next vid anyway? Apparently CPUs. I don't know. Okay, let me see. This one
I
is
love
a
how you say
9. No.
apparently, like the videos just fall into your hands and you have no part in them.
How am I supposed to know? Okay, no shit. This is just null. This is just empty. Why is that empty?
See, that's what I'm saying.
But that's so dumb. Why is this? I want this to be off.
Make it. I think what you need to do is not have a buffer gate, because like a buffer is a buffer. Like what would make sense to have here would be like some kind of AND gate, I guess. Right?
Or oh wait, what happens? Oh, that's such a dumb fix. Wait, I have a question. What happens if I just plug in a 0? Just a 0. Incompatible widths. No, 8. But what happens if I plug in a 0 without help? There we go. Now it's a 0. If I turn it on, it's an error. That's good. Okay,
but like
okay.
It doesn't make sense to have buffer gates. You need to have AND gates. I think like that wouldn't make sense.
No,
right?
I would need an OR gate right here. Why is OR gate so big? Fuck.
Why an OR gate? Oh, yeah, that works.
But OR gate, but I cannot OR. But then we go back to issue number 0, which is I cannot OR gate an 8-bit and a fucking hell.
You can't do like you don't have bitwise AND and OR for 8-bit.
No.
What? That's fucking stupid. Like,
wait a second. No, that just gets us back to problem 0.
Getting back to problem 0 means we overflowed on the problems.
Is there like a default data bits control the location? No. Yeah, there's no default. Control buffer control infinite won't help anything. What happens if I just add the ground there? Can I just like override it? I don't know.
This is
incompatible.
This is becoming scary physics. Though.
I'm sorry. Why does the ground have data bits? Waiter, give me my ground with 8 bits of data in it. How does this work? Now it's 0, 0, 0. Oh, now it's red. Okay, that's a for sure. It errors. Damn it.
I hate data press. Fight was going perfectly normal, then she teleported directly on top of me and I die immediately. I should play Terraria again sometime.
Hold on, I'm fixing it in like the most schizo ways possible, honestly. Because if I do this...
Oh, what are you doing with that resistor?
This works. Yes!
No.
It's in your faces, liberals. In your faces, it actually functions. See? Don't ever question me, you mortal. I've added a default value with a resistor, like a normal person would. There we go. And now only...
This is advanced schizo design.
It really is. It really is. Okay. Why aren't you? Oh, because I messed up your line.
Move them like move the adders like
Hold on.
one step to the bottom and like align all the resistors, and it will be pretty.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do. Oh damn it! I keep selecting.
There's also
the wrong
like
things.
I guess like move them one or two steps to the right, so like the first resistor doesn't conflict with shit.
I actually need to rotate this one. Like this. There
It
we
would
go.
be funny if you got like demonetized because we said swear words on stream.
Oh no! I'm gonna lose my money from the streams. The average of -1 subscribers and 50 cents.
-1 subscribers.
That is actually my average subscriber. More subscribers. If I put more on the screen, the percentage of green more subscribers.
I fucking thought of that because of the word subscriber. I wanted to test if you too.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not trying to change the reference. Everyone watching must think we're fucking mental. Which I mean, to be fair, I guess.
I mean, I am
fine.
And you just fixed some random indifferent shit with poor resistors. So.
Was that a third and first stage of denial reference?
I think people want you to say Polish swears.
I know, but I'm just not going to. You don't always need to do what people on the internet ask you to do. You know.
What do you mean?
This, by the way, anymore?
Yes, you must.
No, I do need this. Okay, I deleted a random 0 in my circuit and it broke. This is my coconut.png. The rest is a coconut.png.
But wait, me kids, do you know the actual truth behind the coconuts? Have you seen the Shunik video?
I have no. I mean, I only heard the story of like if you delete it, then the entire game crumbles. But
it was like actually like it's a bit sad, but no, the entire game does not crumble. It's just that the game like things are trying to more or less temper with the files to cheat. So he's like, no, you're not running me.
Oh, that's garbage. In my
but
graphical engine...
do you know why the coconut was there in the first place?
No, why was it there?
The soldier has a taunt where he drinks coffee, and like the coconut was supposed to be used as coffee beans.
TF2. You want to know something funny? In my graphical engine, I kind of replicated the coconut, where I basically had an image in my graphical engine, where if you remove that image, the entire graphical engine would crumble, give you a memory leak without an error, and would just might even crash your PC. There was an image in there. There was an image that was 2 pixels wide, and if it wasn't included, everything would go straight shit. Make it, you should review my mod circuit. Hold on, let me see your mod circuit. I just finished my mod circuit, so I'm curious to see what your... Oh, wow, that's dense. That is...
Holy... That's love and gates.
I can see you've implemented the bit shifts manually. You did the exact same thing as I did. The only difference is you did the bit shifts manually.
It's convergent evolution.
Wait, hold on. Yes, okay, yes, you have. Alright, that makes sense.
Well, it works.
Yeah, it's nice. I've done it this way because I'm just gonna explain bit shifts. The bit shifts are simple, so I can explain that in the video easily.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the difference between engineers and mathematicians, because like if you have an engineer and shit works, like the rule is don't fuck with it. But you will find many mathematicians who are like, what the fuck, this proof is ugly, find a better one, like what the fuck is this? But it works. Yes, it does. It's not beautiful. I hate it.
Hold on, let me just make sure that the thing I just made is actually saved. Oh, can I not... Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, it's saved. Perfect. So we have our multiplication circuit. That's good. I didn't actually check if it works, you know? I should probably. Reblax, give me two numbers.
69 and 69.
They have to be both lower than... Wait, hold on. Would 69... Well, no, lower. Well, way lower.
Okay, your age and 1.
Okay. More... Now let's go different.
Fine. I'll actually answer like 15 and 3.
I'm glad to have a mathematician here so I can ask all of the mathematics related questions like give me two numbers.
That's very important actually. Like, you know, the reason why mathematicians are paid are not because of the research and stuff, like nobody cares about that nerd shit. It's because like once a day we generate a random number.
No, yeah, that's true.
To do that you need to have a random number generator certificate, which you get at the end of your PhD, so.
Okay, this is 1, 5, 13, 55, 45.
Make a 7-segment display. You take a few.
45. Eventually I could do in real life, but that's a separate video, and eventually. Okay, 45 seems correct, yes.
I feel like counting in binary to check if your binary circuit works is like weirdly dehumanizing. Like you're stooping down to the level of the machine.
Machine phobic. Just found. I'm sorry, I'm a transhumanist. Thank you very much. Piss lightning, fuck the storm.
Like it's the stop background.
That is, you know what? Hold on. That's actually fire. I'm changing my background to piss lightning, fuck the storm. I'm just gonna cross out like the entire left side of my background. Oh, that's actually such a fire quote. Hold on,
Like that's the one that was written on your background.
Oh, that's comical. Oh, I need to find my background first. There we go. There it is. There's my boy. Right. This and this. There we go. And then on top of that, we create a new layer, which will be just... That's hilarious. Oh, that's too big. Hold on.
What software is that?
Piss lighting, fuck the stuff.
Make it. Did you obtain Photoshop by paying?
Because I got the whole Adobe. I was a professional, would like to mention. I can't really have pirated software.
I mean, yes, you can.
I like saying it as if legal, like, you know, if you're not a professional, you can have pirated software.
I mean, I can.
You can, I guess.
The fuck do you think? Like, the fuck do you think? Like, how do I get math books? To buying them?
Reblax,
No.
you mind like not admitting to crimes on a public YouTube live stream? Would appreciate.
I do not give a shit, bro. Alexandra Elbekian and that guy from Reddit who killed himself like forever. Like, these are heroes.
Okay, what do I need to make next, actually? Because we made a multiplier. A register, that's what we need next. Alright, new. I'm glad it opens new one, that's nice. And first of all, let me save it as register. Now, register will be trivially easy, because that will be just... First, let me check if the register works like I think it does.
Watch out, my kids, you're getting the mathematics brainwash. You're saying something is trivially easy.
No. Math mind
Careful.
virus. Okay, let me data bits 8 inputs, and then if one of them changes, right? Wait, hold on. I can 0 when 0 clock triggers are ineffective. There's a clock, right? Clear when 1 pin valued 0. Okay, so clock value. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So basically, the way it works is we're gonna have, again, a splitter, because we love our splitters. And there we go. Can I just modify these directly? No, I cannot. That life would be a dream. I need to do this shit again. There we go. Now, if we do this, I could have just plugged in the number. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't remember the Denial song much, I'll be honest. I remember that bit is playing in my head constantly. Oh, yes. It's fine. It's fine.
Where the parallel clock coefficients? Here.
I plugged it into the wrong thing. Oops. Okay, there we go.
You know, I've noticed something. Me and my internship mentor both play the same game. Which is that when you like have the PDF of a math book and something is on page 97, if you just type 97 in the box where you input a number, you're gonna get like way behind. So the game is to try and guess the correct number to input to end up where you want to. And when you get it perfectly right, you feel very powerful.
Okay, register finished. I wish copyright wasn't a thing, because then we could just do Reblox and make it asynchronous JReg postmodern love songs karaoke night. With like 300 ping between us. To add to the experience.
That's why you should tell me your home address.
Just casually
We can have zero ping.
Casually over the course of different streams, just adding reasons why you should tell me your home address.
I'm just saying. Hey, make it. If you told me your home address, like, what the fuck would I do with it? Like, the worst they could do would be like to ship you. I don't know. I could buy you like a copy of a math book and ship it to your house. That would be very, very funny.
I don't live in a house. I hate having deliveries. You know how annoying it is to have a delivery? Why is this so big? Stop being big. Be smaller.
Yeah, I know how it is to. I know how it is to have a delivery, since like we talked about how you plan on getting a computer from a store to your house.
Oh,
your
how I
apartment,
plan
yes,
on?
your
Reblox.
living space.
Reblox. Right now, I am working on that new computer. I walked.
So how did you teleport it to your
I
apartment?
walked with it like a normal person would. 2 kilometers. My arms hurt today, and I did that 3 days ago.
This is way too much normal person behavior. I didn't expect this from you, Nikit.
No, but you know what's funny actually by the end? First of all, never mind the fact that I was taking like breaks every 10 meters. People on the street were looking at me like a crazy person. I walked through one of the busiest streets in my city, and there were so many people, and I was just moving computer like every 10 meters and then resting. But what's so funny is that
guys, quick Google search for local man carries computer by hand in Poland. We're gonna find out who Nikit is.
But what was actually funny is that, like, when I was trying to brush my hair off my face, right? It was genuine. I was so tired I couldn't move my hand this high up. That was just a genuine thing. It was. I want to say this might have been the most like exhausting, the most physically exhausting thing I have done in my life. I don't remember ever being this tired. This exhausted, not tired. Why are
Yeah,
these
this is
fucking so big?
I've done shit like this like twice because like as a kid sometimes on the beach I found like very cool rocks. And they were a bit heavy, but like they were very cool, right? Yeah, we have 2 rocks at home.
Is this, by the way, just the alternative to... Okay, well, that's good to know. Alright, well, let's add them then. Didn't have to add all these. Well, I can't speak for everyone else, but for me, I know that was the most exhausting thing I've ever done. Change the size to small. Gate size. Oh, you are so right. Is that the smallest it gets? What about wide? How wide is... Okay, wide is really big. That's still pretty chunky, but I'll manage. Okay, so basically, if I were to remember correctly, this is the setup that just saves the data. I meant an AND gate, OR gate. Whoops. This is the setup that saves data. The only problem is that by default it's an error, so we need to once again do our resistor trick, which might actually screw it up a bit. Cannot have negative coordinates. Oh yeah, because I'm moving it so high up, that makes sense. Oh, that works. That's nice.
You develop a social relationship with YouTubers. I develop a social relationship with the people I recognize on Math Stack Exchange. We are not the same.
Ah. Reblax, my resistor trick
That's
isn't
me.
working. I don't know how.
Oh no. Well, you know what that means. If schizoing didn't solve it, you need to schizo harder.
I do. What if I plug in the ground instead? No, damn it. What if I disconnect them and then use a resistor like right here? What then? Oh, because put resistor.
Have you considered giving up and going to live in the forest, like Alexander Grothendieck? That's false. He didn't live in the forest, and he didn't really give up. Well, he gave up, but like voluntarily. So that's not really giving up, is it?
The transmission gate work? It gives me an error. That's nice. Okay, so the issue is that it's undefined because we're plugging it into its... Well,
Let's see.
You're just making a fucked up wire.
Wait, add the buffer gate. Like, trust. Add the buffer gates.
You
Between,
could be
like,
correct, actually. Yes, you
trust.
could. You could.
It's gonna work.
Oh my goodness, no! I think you are correct. Yeah. No, no.
I'm so fucking smart.
You are so wrong. Okay, never mind.
Oh fuck no.
What happens if I just, like, I don't know, fuck around and find out somehow? Hold on. What happens if I, hear me out, like plug in a constant that will be just a zero?
Logisim doesn't account for gate delay though, right?
What happens if I just do this? Oh. I don't know what I expected. I don't know what I expected. What happens if I then add a resistor right here? And what happens if I like... I don't know.
You know, make it. I think it's good that you were born like in the 21st century because you're experimenting with Logisim instead of like testing mushrooms.
Oh, it worked for a second, but now it doesn't anymore. Okay, it works until I plug it back in. Another resistor. Trust me. Trust me, this is gonna work. Okay, facing south. Okay, like, hear me out. I just need to unplug it and replug it every single time I do this. Wait, hold on. If I actually add a resetting circuit, this can just work fine. Wait, how do I add the resetting? Oh yeah, negative AND. Right, NAND.
Wait, what's that thing called the bit extender?
I'm guessing it extends bits, so if you have 8 bits, you can extend them to 16. Wow, I am so correct.
Oh,
It's incredible
okay.
how correct I am all the time. AND gate.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it extends the duration of the bit because pulse extenders
Hold on,
from
I have an idea.
from the underground indie game Minecraft.
No, not north, west. There we go. This. Oh. This oscillation apparent. I'm glad that it warns me. Hold on. If I turn it on, turn it off, and then oh, I see the issue. Yeah, no, you're so right. I messed up. This shouldn't be an AND. This should be AND. I'm glad that it warns me that oscillation apparent before actually just oscillating at the speed of my CPU.
Watch out, your redstone torches are going to burn.
Flint and steel. I wanna see them. Can I like stop with the? Oh, I get it. Oscillation was apparent. It's not anymore. Can you chill, Axe? How do I? Tick once.
Stage 3, he starts talking to the software as if it were another human being.
Hey, how do I fix this? I've already talked to software. That's normal people behavior. My PC just got loud, and that's the new one. That's the big boy. What the fuck is this doing? How many things do I need to unplug before this? I cannot remove these. You know what? It's fine. So basically,
I think you need to like keep the task manager open in the background just so the programs know their place.
this is a great idea. Very high power usage. On what? What are you using this power for? I don't mean to be that guy, but this doesn't feel like a very power intensive task. You are using more power than the OBS Studio. Why?
But did you know that Java runs on 3 billion devices?
No, so can I just restart it and it will work? Because that's usually how it works, you know? There we go. I'm a genius. Now, let me just... Wait, did that fix it? It did, genuinely. It was oscillating at the speed of my CPU. I was joking, that was doing the real thing. Okay, so...
But you were joking.
If this and not this are both on, so this is on now, this is off. On. There we go. Yeah, and now just repeat that 8 times. That's simple. Okay, yeah, so register is just this. Wait, do I need the resistor now? I didn't know that I got this. No, okay, good. Resistor was just there for the work in progress. And now this just 8 times repeated gives us the thing.
If only this was
Oscillation.
10,
Oscillation. Hold on, because Blackner just said oscillation apparent doesn't equal not oscillating. That would be true if not for the fact that I took out the wires. I don't know what it was oscillating. Do I need to repeat this 8 times? Can we just like... Can we just chill as a species?
No.
This is actually going to be a pretty fun video to make, because then I'll have to implement all of these with geometry nodes in Blender. I should be able to do it in Blender, actually, if I do it this way. Okay, we got the register. That's neat. That's nice, that's festive, that's phenomenal, that's fantastic. Next, we're going to have... Fuck, we might have the CPU. Hold on, what about the RAM? I'm not going to explain how to make RAM, because... Obviously. Oh, that's
You should make a compute. What? Dane. 16.
That's such a banger RAM, actually. Okay, let me oh, what do wizards say? Consult the scrolls? No, what was it? I don't remember.
Under your orb.
Consult the manuscript on this. There we go. Well, I love how, like, in my head I made this diagram so it makes sense, but like to anyone just seeing it, I must look like a fucking insane person. Allow me to consult the diagram. And it's just random colored lines connected.
Yeah, that's what my thinking sheets look like.
Okay, so here's what we'll...
Mathematics.
Alright, so here's what we'll have. We will need again to do... We'll need to do the resistor trick, because I'm a bit special. For now, let's do it without RAM. Let's just do it with registers. So we're gonna have a register, we're gonna have 8 bits, 8 bits. Sweet. Register. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Register. Cool. Now, what we're going to have is we're going to have the arithmetics adder and... wait, what's this? Output. And that's the input. Okay. And multiplier. Hello everyone, my name is FNAF Multiplier. That's enough to make you laugh.
My name is Markiplier.
And then what we need to do is we need somehow a way to select, which we're gonna do with buffers, because I have not learned my lesson. Redstone better than real digital logic because that defaults to OR gate behavior. That is true. I don't know why error is a thing. It should be 0. Should be so much easier, but whatever.
Actually, that's a good idea. We need to make Terraform by Greg, but Redstone also like just fucking explodes if you do something wrong like this. That's a good addition to Greg Tech, I think.
I think, yeah. Redstone can just have can be randomly influenced by the environment, or I don't know, if you place it on sand or like anything iron-ish, then it just has a random chance to be set to a random value. Also,
make it that's actually useful. Like that's an easy random number generator.
Also,
like
radiation, where basically any piece of redstone anywhere can just randomly be turned on or off.
Let's make my current background now in Minecraft.
Okay, now let me think about how to do it, because what we basically need to do is select... Wait, why do I need to select which gate goes in? I only have 2 gates. I obviously am gonna just connect them. I have only 2 gates. Why am I thinking about this? This is obviously how it will go. There we go. Great, now...
Make it Minecraft Let's Play. It's educational, trust.
I did that already with Oxygen not included, I would like to mention. And I would probably find a way to do it with Balatro.
Make it, you can justify your gambling addiction for so long.
It's educational, trust me. I'm just getting addicted to gambling for science. Okay, then what we will have is we're gonna have buffer out.
Today we're going to learn how gambling destroys lives. It's probability theory. Precisely. That's why it's awful. Remco can't disagree with me, alright? Probability theory in physics, that means statistical mechanics, and Remco is very much not doing that. He's very much doing the things that are closer to the abstract nonsense I'm doing.
People who do statistical mechanics hate statistical mechanics. Statistical mechanics
Ludwig Boltzmann, who pioneered much of statistical mechanics, died by his own hands, and I don't fucking remember when. Paul Ehrenfest, who carried on the work, died similarly, and I also don't fucking remember when. So it is our turn to study statistical mechanics. Perhaps it will be wise to approach the subject cautiously.
Wait, where's my resistor?
Matter, I'm pretty sure.
I cannot design the circuit without the resistor. It comforts me.
Emotional support resistor.
I need it. Why aren't you pulling it to 0? You worked before. Just work again.
In the next breadboard video, can you have like a resistor like just on the side of the breadboard that just doesn't do anything, it's not connected, but just you have like a piece of paper that says emotional support resistor besides it?
I will always include emotional support resistors. What's funny is that if your circuit in real life, if your circuit doesn't work, chuck in resistors in there. I am not shitting you, that is the #1 fix I would always recommend. If your circuit isn't working, chuck in random resistors and it will eventually work. That's because that's due to a little phenomena I like to call resistors being fucking magic, where basically it's hilarious. Basically, the way resistors work. All right, here's my very scientific explanation of how resistors work. Are you ready? The way resistors work is that if you have a wire that splits in 2 directions, okay, and if you would like the wire to go this way, so like imagine that you would like the wires to go this way, okay. Then you could add in a diode, or you could just add in a resistor, and it works. If you would like the wires to go this way, there's both of these ways, then you just add a resistor, and it still is going to go this way. However, if you have current going in this way, and you would like both of these to like this go this way, and you don't want them to fight each other, then you once again add in the resistor, and magic, it works. I know because I've done it in the past. Resistors are just magic in witchcraft.
If you had enough resistors, you're going to end up with enough stray capacitance that maybe your circuit is going to magically do what you want.
Yeah,
so,
just a ball of resistors, just like all of
this
them.
This would be like this would be a sucker pitch video, like building an entire circuit out of only resistors would be like the kind of thing Tom 7 would do.
I don't mean to be that guy, but like N-doped and P-doped semiconductors. That's just a resistor. Semiconductor, that's a resistor. I don't mean to be that guy. If something is semiconductive, that's kind of by definition a resistor. So there is an argument.
Conductive, that's also a resistor.
There is a really solid argument to be made that all of our computers are just resistors connected together.
Okay, it's even worse than I thought. It's not that we tricked send into thinking, we tricked resistors into thinking. They're gonna unite and form the resistor resistance.
Not the resistor resistance. Okay. Now, how do we want?
Resistors and Logisim carrying me through my non-existent comp sci degree. Make it. Do you have a comp sci degree?
No.
See, you're. Yeah, make it is Black Thunder confirmed.
Okay, so this output we take out, we go down with it, and this will be our output, which we're gonna plug into. You mind, like?
It's fine, Black Thunder. Everyone is make it here. I'm also make it.
That is true. That is true.
Yep.
Do I really need to snake around because there's no way? Oh, whatever. There we go. We go in, and then. Then what? There we go, we have a result. Now we need something that will pick which operation we want to use. So basically a 0 or a 1. If it's a 0, we add them. If it's a 1, we multiply them. That's the idea. Not an X. Why do you have an X? We want this. This only has a 0 or 1. Yeah, I like this a lot more. Now, a simple way to do it would be just have an NOT gate. That's just a NOT gate. There we go. And just like plug this in. There we go. And then congrats. I am amazing. I know nothing has a ring yet. That's good. And then. What? Well then... Actually, hold on, this is kind of ugly. And we all know that all that matters here is aesthetics. Then what we want is this is a fun game, I have to say. Speedrunning it's pretty tough, but it's a fun game nonetheless. Then what we want is another register. This one for picking the operations. And this one will be 8. Oh, fuck. First bit picks the operation, additional no, 2 bits. Addition, multiplication, saving, reading. What's your goal here? To build a simple CPU. So we need first 2 bits, 8 bits for an address, 1 bit for whenever we're talking about 1, 2, 3 plus 8, 11. There we go, I think. I think that should be correct. And then what we do is we split it right away. Like this. We split it into 11 by 11. Actually, we can split it a bit better. We can split it into 3 ways, where the first one will be 2 bits, 0, 0, then 1, then left, 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 left. And then this one will pick whenever we're talking about the registers or RAM. This one will pick the operation, which means right here what we actually want to do is we actually want to split it again and then make like a simple logic circuit, which will... Simple being the keyword, that's why I made so much space. Because we're making a simple logic circuit, which will separate it off into 2. Oh, this is 8. Ah, oh, fudge sticks. I meant left, left, and then right. There we go. Now we have 2. Which I think is too many bits, if I'm not mistaken. So first we check if this one is on. And no, first we check if this one isn't. If this one isn't, then we use this one. Oh, piss. If the second bit is off, then we should operate. This should be plugged in at all times. Then the second bit tells us if the second bit is on, that means we don't want to do this. But what we do want to do is we want to save it into the... No, we want to save it by default. Fudge! Yeah, so we save it by default. And then this one tells us if we're saving it into the register. So if this one is a 1, then I can do this. I'm fine. I can do this. If this one's a 1, then we output this. Right, that's what we do. So we do controlled buffer again, my beloved. Reblax, why are you muted?
I'm not muted, actually.
Oh,
These
never
are
mind.
lies made by the government.
Okay, never mind. I'm just schizophrenic then, I suppose.
No, I was muted. I'm just fucking with you. I'm gaslighting you.
Oh, now you're gaslighting me above getting gaslighted. Okay, do I need...
What's gaslighting me, kid? What are you talking about?
I actually
Yes,
wasn't muted. I
that's
have no
not a
idea
word.
what you mean. I wasn't muted. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to... another controlled buffer, because I just can't get enough of them. Left-handed, there we go. And if this one is a 1... No, if it's a 0, So
This is why I said you should make a brainfuck CPU. That's true. Programming in brainfuck is very fun. If you have the enough levels of autism, it's very cool.
I never got the difficulty of programming brainfuck because I mean
It's not difficult. It's just
it's
fun.
annoying. I don't want to program because it's just straight up annoying. There's nothing like difficult in a fun way about it. Programming in assembly, I don't think there is much of a. I don't think programming in assembly is all that fun either, because like it is difficult, but it's difficult in a boring way. We just need to move between registers and like
No
accessing
fog of
RAM.
war, no leveling system. This game is too simple. Sorry, it's. But this just reminds me of this Elon Musk tweet.
You can't just fucking say that and say, I'm sorry. Hey, Reblax, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it, you know? It just slipped out.
Yeah, but I mean, this one is actually true, so it's fine.
Okay, and then what we do is we just separate this off again, like so. All we need from this is just the first bit, by the way. We don't care about anything else, which means we just like plug this in, and we want this to be 8. And want to only have to be all of these, the bottom ones, there we go, and the top one will go up, and the top one will tell us which register we're talking about, which means we take this, we plug this in, we plug this in, and now all we need to do is just move this like so, move this like so, and add the NOT gate. Does this look good? I feel like it looks like it should work, right?
Reblax, you're a fucking idiot. Make it 2025.
I'm getting quoted on the bad stuff. Alright, so now let's do some maths actually.
Okay, make it so finite fields.
No. I was joshing. I was just goofing around.
Hey, make it if you have like 30 minutes once, I'm gonna try to convince you that finite fields are interesting.
Wait, if I... Oh, I need Control T. There we
This is
go.
a threat.
We are gaming. Hold on, because I'm Reblax, I can't talk right now. I'm balling. So here's the idea. We add in a number right in here. There we go. Where this one is 11. Okay, sweet. Now, what are we gonna do? Well, we're going to do... Let me think. Let's try to... Okay, we need to manually input the number into them. I kind of forgot about that. For now, we need to manually input the number. Oh, fuck, and I've... Shit. No, wait, that's good, actually. No, I take it back. This is good. This is good stuff. That's because I can plug this in. Yes. No. I cannot. I cannot have two inputs do the same thing. Oh, society. That's what it is. It's society. Society is holding me back. Never mind, I can. There we go. So first let's start by writing a number 10 into the top register. Okay. Let's start. Let's start by adding a number 10 to the top register. How are we gonna do this, you may ask? Well, maybe fucking be patient, alright? I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna do it by setting right here 0. So 0, that's operation 1, which means a 2. I'm glad I'm only mentioning out loud the bits that make no sense. Binary to decimal, because I'm tired. Binary decimal convert. Okay, so 0, 1, then if that is not true, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. 500 operation 513 should write a number into. Wait, that's hexadecimal, isn't it? Oh, 201 is what I meant. Okay. Let's try it. I'm trying to write a number 10 into this register. Let's see. Fuck. Okay, it kind of works. I just wrote it into the wrong register. That's simple though, because why did it write in the bottom register? Oh, I missed the bit, didn't I? Oh no, I'm ending the bit. That's because I bit 0 when it should have been bit 8. Shouldn't have, yeah. Should have been bit 8. Okay, now let's try it. Now I wrote it to this one. Not what I meant. No, this is actually fine. This is good. But, oh, shucks. Because like this is reading the bit 0, 1, 2 as null, which is getting inverted to save. That's correct. But then this one, 7, is also a nothing. Which means this shouldn't actually be a 7. This should be a 0. Yes. That's still okay. Let me change all of them to none for now. And see which one lights up. Wait, did I not change it to 0x? No, it's hexadecimal, isn't it? Should be. Hi there, Alex. Hi, welcome. 1, no. 1, no. 1, no. 1, no. 1, no. 1, no. 1. Why is bit number 6 on? That is incorrect. Is it backwards? Oh, the entire thing is backwards. Okay, that explains it. Which means what we actually want is we want this. $402. Haha. Now we add in 402, then. Oh wait, no, I didn't change anything. This is 0. That's the top. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then it breaks. It breaks because this one gets selected, which is not what we want selected at all. I'm sorry, how does it work? 0, 1, 2. Let me actually divide this into 4 to make this much easier on me. Which is that this one will actually have 4 connections. And that's because this one will be 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. I was just connected to the wrong one. Never mind, they're all backwards. 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. And now this one has to go right here. This one has to go right here. And then that we have all of them bits right and dandy, we're gonna have. Let's do it. So first, we wanna, I don't know, 0, 0. Don't care about operation so far. Actually, no, 0, 1. We want operation to be saved into the registers. Then we want. No, it's saved. Then 0, because we want it to be into registers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 200. 201. Okay. Okay. Is it backwards? I think it must be backwards because otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. Can I just do it in binary here, please? Invalid input. I know I'm trying to change the input. 0, 1 to save, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay. 1, because this, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've saved it as a 10. That's nice. The only problem is that right here is writing the number from the register, which is not something that should happen. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose my mind. I am going to just straight up lose my mind. Here's an idea. How about we, I don't know, we're gonna remove this because it's starting to piss me off, and we're just gonna do 11 and 11. And we're gonna plug everything in manually so that I don't lose my mind. There we go. Now this bit will be connected right here, this bit will be connected right here, and we don't care about these 7 for now. Which means now we can just do 201. There we go, which means reading... No, wait, reading into... There we go. Alright, reading into registers with address 1. Reading into... Oh, that's a good idea. This should tell us... Actually, if we're reading... Oh, I have a plan. This should be an XOR and should tell us if we're reading from the memory. Am I thinking about this right? Reading from the memory, or we're reading... No, that would be the next one. Basically, I'm fine. I can do this. I am raw dogging CPU design in a single stream with no preparation. How hard could it possibly be? Okay. 0, 0. Tell us about the operation. So here's what we do. We have addition, subtraction. Then what we're gonna have reading from the output versus reading from memory. 1 will mean reading from memory. Reading from the output will mean this. And this still is broken. However, all we need to do to unbreak it is plug in a not, hopefully. If not, then there we go. Now we run it. It saves a 10. Okay, good. Oh, we got there. We got there in the end. What's next? And then we should have last one that's like just not reading. Not. So if this is a 1, that means we should stop reading. Yeah, so this. And right here we need 1 more buffer. I swear, just 1 more buffer and I'll fix the entire circuit. Just 1 more controlled buffer, and I'll fix the entire circuit. And to it we'll have connected this and this. Okay. No, wait, that's dumb. That's really dumb. What do we do in fucking... No, that's correct. Wait, so this does tell us if we're reading or not. What am I doing? If this is a 0, then we're actually saving the value into the registers. That's fine then. Okay. Neat. So this is already... Okay, this is a banger. Alright. Someone give me two numbers. Give me two numbers and an operation. And I will step by step save it. 69 times 420. All right, 69 times 420. That's a buffer overflow. Give me a smaller number if you want multiplications. My mathematician is muted, so I can't ask him. Seven times 42. Thank you. All right. So what will be 7 times? So first, what we need to do. This is our pretend memory for now. We don't have any memory, so first what we need to do is we need to load in number 7 into the bottom register. How are we gonna do that? I'm so glad you asked. Well, we'll do it by doing 0b. We don't care about the operation for now. And we want to read like this from memory. We want to read them. 6, 7... And then the top one tells us which one. So just zeros. There we go. Just zero gives us 7 written to memory. Oh, this is really cool. Next, what we'll have is we want to read in 42 into the top one. And reading 42 into the top one will be equal to 1, 2, 3, because 3 zeros does reading from memory. This one does operation, this one is read from memory versus result, yep. And this one is read. Actually, that one should be a 1, because that's really weird to have it as a 0. So let me just connect this. Which means that right here we'll have 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, like this. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0. 100. It wrote 42 into the bottom one yet again. Because I added a 0. Damn it! Alright, 42, fine. For the bottom one will be 42, who cares? I just realized I'm doing it in hexadecimal. Ah, who cares? Okay. So then, what we want to do is 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, like this, 101. Why do you keep writing it into the bottom one? That's a not buffer. Oh, by the... It just hit me that... Wait, no, not. We need to not this, don't we? I do believe we need to... Oh, piss off. I do believe we need to not it first. Because this one... Clock triggers are ineffective, which means that if... Okay, that makes sense. That makes lots of sense, actually, yeah. And then we want this knotted. You naughty. I cannot copy this in a meaningful way. Okay, I guess we just need to extract another NOT gate. There we go. So now if we do 101, it writes into the top one. And now if we set this to be 42, and do this one to 100, then it doesn't write at all. This one is a 0. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. This is a 0, which goes in right here. Which means turns this into a 1, but this is turned off. So yeah, it should be saved. What do you mean? What are you struggling with? Which part of this would suggest that it's not being turned on? I don't mean to be that guy, but this is off. When zero clock together, that's so dumb. Okay, so we want both of these to have the same, got it, gotcha. That actually makes a fair bit more sense. Hold on. Let me remove the entire infrastructure change. And we want these to have the same value. Got it. All right. Now, if we do 142, we set the bottom one to 42. And I know that the top one is 7, but let's just change it to 6 because I want to see if it works. 101. It says the bottom two. Why can I only edit one of them at a fucking time? I'm fine. Alright, what we want to do is edit the top one to be a 42. How? Well, we need this turn this on, this on, this on. I'm slurring my word because I'm so upset. Fortunately, if this one is on, then this one's off, which means that if we do this, it gets set, correct? Yes. Now, oh, I think the issue is that actually I'm doing things too quickly, out of sync. Okay. Let's change it to 42. Let's change this to 0. But now it's not setting the bottom one. This one is turned off. I changed it to 0. I didn't change it to 101. And 101 still turns the top one on. There we go. Now if I change this to a 7. If I change this one to just 100. Yeah, okay, right here we need some buffers. Right here we need some buffers to like wait and chill. If I was good, I could compute like exactly how many buffers we need, but I'm guessing just buffers will be fine. I hope so. Wait, buffers won't work, will they? Unless they're controlled buffers? Wait, hold on. Yeah, because if I turn this on, if I do like... That's especially dumb since we're not changing this actually. What do we need to do? If I set this one to be 101. Okay, so 07, now we change it to be this. Not 0, only 100. Like so. And then what we do is we change this to be 42. Amazing, great, alright, neat. Now that we got the numbers in there, what we need to do then is... By the way, am I wrong or do all zeros do nothing? Because that would be a really nice feature. I am, that's incredible. All zeros do nothing. That's really good. That means we can fill in like the clocks with a 0. And then what we want is multiply them together. So here's how we do multiplication. We select multiplication, which will be a 0. We select that's pretty bad. Yeah, we select this one as a 1.
What's up, gamers? Reblax is going to sleep, I think. So...
I've almost finished a CPU, bye.
Good luck on the CPU.
Thanks, bye.
Bye, chat.
This one's getting set to CE, which it shouldn't be. Why is it getting set to CE? Let me change it to touchy. Negative 50. Oh, why are you a negative 50? This is a 66? Oh, because... Wait, decimal? Yeah, okay, decimal. So 66 times 7, I'm guessing that gives us a buffer overflow, and a pretty chunky one at that. Yeah, 462. So that's why we're getting negative 50 out. And for some reason this one just doesn't... No, it is getting out. Never mind. So now what we can do is we can save that value into the top register, which would mean save 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Fuck. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Ow. Okay. I think we have enough. C is also hex. You are correct. I didn't think of that. I don't know why. I keep forgetting that these are hex values. Okay. I actually think this might be enough to work in the video, because like this works. The only problem is it's a very annoying CPU to use. Really, really annoying CPU to use. But it technically works. You can multiply numbers together. We have done it. It has worked. Now let's try adding 42 to 42. Let's actually bring them to a lower number. Let's bring them to like a 30. And yes, I am going to edit them this way to also see if it works. So if we want to add it to 50, what we want to do is 0, 0, 1. That gives us reading from memory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now we run it, we get 30. Now let's just do a couple of empties just to reset the circuit, lovely. And then what we'll have is 5, well, this is an actual 5, not a hex 5. And we want to 0, 0, 1 to read it from memory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. And then... Perfect. Okay, that's good. All right. And so then what we want to do is we want to add them together. How would we add them together? Well, we add them together by, of course, doing addition. Then 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems correct to me. That seems like correct addition to me. And so then what we do is we want to save the result, which means 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then top register, bottom register. Let's do top register. We just added two numbers. We just and saved the top one. Okay, now. Oh yeah, and we can recursively add, by the way, right now. That's what we're doing. We're recursively adding. Oh no, sorry, we're multiplying. Now let's do 30 times 5 this time. So in order to that, let's do a couple of blanks. Oh, blanks just set it to 65. Why? I don't care. Let's just do Let's just do 16 times 5. Why not? Okay, and in order to do that, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 top. What seems to be the issue? Green, green, green. 10. Never mind, this is 10. I just didn't see it. Okay, good. So we have a 10. And then what we do is we want to multiply them together, which means what we do is we take multiplication. Don't read anything. Not yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fingers crossed. We did multiply them. I do believe that's a correct multiplication result. And now what we want to do is we want to read. We want to save it into the top register, which would be which would be 0 because we don't care, 1 because we're reading from this, 1 because we're reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. This isn't actually reading. I keep doing the same mistake. There we go, everyone. That was difficult. Okay, it's fine though. Oh. That was fun. We should do it again sometime. So I'm gonna go now and just script the video about making a CPU. I feel fairly motivated considering how I just chugged 2 cups of coffee for absolutely no reason. That was a fun live stream. Okay, that was a fun stream. We just made a processor, just like that. Just like that, we made a processor. A very basic one, I should admit. But to be fair, the difference between this and actual processors wouldn't be... Well, okay, there would be massive difference, of course. But the difference between this and simple usable process isn't that big. Between this and actual processors, obviously, would be massive because, like, they're no longer simple. But yeah, which that would be a story for another time. Hardware security, for example, is already a modeling topic. But I think that'll be it. I need a break. That was a lot. We made the processor. That's amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna go. But there it is. Why can't I just put them in correctly? This to the right side, there we go. This to the top right, this right here. There, this is the stream on a single screen. This is the entire stream on a single screen. The multiplier, the simple register, and the actual basic CPU. And I suppose for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.